Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LRS Stock Car Series, and this time it's the M Series that we're looking at from last time where we were in Eldora. For round 1, we saw Ricky take the victory after a very, very good run of his, also taking himself the pole position. And I think also, no, he took the fastest lap. Yesap took pole position. Or no, Ricky did take pole position. Yesap took fastest lap. I think that's how it went. Either way, we are currently going into round 2 at Michigan Speedway. That will be the Sunshine Island Michigan race, which used to be, of course, the You Are OK Road America race, but we will not be seeing that this time. Instead, we will be looking at the Sunshine Island Michigan race. Of course, home soil, of course, for Danny Allister. This will be a beautiful thing to see if the 17 can get himself into victory lane here. Taking a look at the qualifying session. As I've said before, we are going back into the old board as opposed to the new one that we're going to use for a prototype and the other series. Stocko will still use the old one since it is so much easier, and I think I might use the old one for all the other series too in that case. Although it looked fresher, it did not do the job as well as this one. So looking at Jack also here, the driver who had a difficult Eldora race. Also, excuse me if I got information wrong. It's been like a week. I quickly decided to look back at the race before doing this race. Kind of jogged my mind, but I'm not 100% certain if I know every single thing. So excuse me if I do have information wrong. Yesap, the driver who was going through a very, very solid run last time. Currently about to cross the finish line. And let's see where the 55 will place his Toyota Camry. The Jujutsu Kaisen Toyota Camry puts it in with a 0:38.943, making that the pole time. Now let's see who is going to break that from the 55. Jack immediately snatching it away with a 38.905. Danny Allister, the driver at home soil. Let's see if he could take this victory for himself and make a beautiful, beautiful race for the crowd here. About to start his qualifying lap here. Yesap going into the pits. Now we're also looking at Jimmy Fuego, who is second, but JKR in first. Very impressive from the 72, how he could pull that off. Ricky currently in 5th in the qualifying session. I was doing some things here and there, had to set some stuff up, but we got it running. Intoxicated, the number 16. Another thing that I've been doing here and there is, of course, setting up a little extra for stuff like a Google Docs or like a spreadsheet for Google, purely to get some stuff like information and such documented on that spreadsheet. So for example, like achievements, drivers, teams, and this will also be very interesting since of course we're going to add teams in the future, and we'll also be seeing who's going to be signing who's going to be here, who's going to be there. It's going to be very fun to see. So we're looking at Yesap, the driver who used to be a pole position, or who put the fastest time first, currently in dead last, showing how fast these guys are getting around the tri-oval, or around the oval. Looking at Demi Hollywood in second with a 38.812. And a very, very proper run right here. Let's see what a 77 will put his vehicle. Puts it in second. No improvement from him. Less than 4.5 minutes remaining here at Michigan. JKR now being pushed down to fourth as the driver, Danny Allister, at home soil takes himself a podium, a third spot, but let's see if he could turn that third spot into a second and possibly even into a first, getting himself a pole position here at Atlanta, Michigan. I'm getting my locations wrong. The 72, terrible Eldora race. Let's see if he could shine over here in Michigan as Jack is taking advantage of Demi's slipstream. Now gets on the inside. Oh, this will be so great. This place will be so great to watch the race. I cannot wait for the race. I can tell you that. I cannot wait for the race to start. This is going to be such a fun race to look at. And Jack, of course, he got a sort of a catapult from Demi. And I don't think that was intentional either. I think Jack just saw that Demi was kind of struggling, took advantage of the situation, and tried to get a faster lap. But I don't know, looking at the time. Oh, Dad, look at that! Jack immediately getting himself a pole position with the fucking support of Demi Hollywood. Completely just smacks down the entire field. Metro in second with a 38.871. Jack over 500 milliseconds ahead. Or over 400, almost 500 milliseconds. That is a lot. I think that pole position is secured for Jack. I can guarantee you that. So looking at the Buckshot Bro, Jimmy Fuego in the 32. Jimmy Fuego, of course, he had a pretty okay race. Kazi, however, he had a fantastic race. Ended up on the podium as we're looking at Metro, the driver in second, getting into the pits. I don't know if he's going out again, but I think he is secured for the time being. Well, I mean, he is secured. Let's see if he's going to come out and shoot his shot, or if he already considers second a good enough spot for today at Michigan. The other Buckshot Bro, Kanzi, all the way in 9th. It's like both the Buckshot Bros switch positions for the time being. Intoxicated, getting a pole position. A surprise pole position at the last second. Both the Buckshot Bros in 8-9. But let's see if any of them can get out of that top, or out of the 8. Let's see if any of them can go even higher than 5th, in fact. That'll be a stretch, but I will love to see. But Intoxicated with a surprise pole position as both the Toyotas are going side to side. Ricky now in pole position with a 38, 117. Even further beyond these two go. They're lured side to side, boosting each other. It's a battle between these two to see who's going to get the pole position here at Michigan. JKR now doing the same strategy as everyone else, sticks behind the other car and tries to get slipstream from the other vehicle, catapulting himself and then into the last turn. Drivers already finding out strategies of how to get up there on the top step. Well, let's see if the 72 or the 77 could even fathom or even put up a crazy run here. As Demi Hollywood is also about to cross the line here. JKR, same story. JKR slingshotting himself into 4th. Just like how he did with Demi, now gets ahead. And I think Demi will now take advantage of the situation as the qualifying session has finished. This is D-lap for most of the drivers. Demi tries to get ahead of JKR. Had to back out and immediately decided to cut in on the turn. And now he's at the bottom. I think Demi might get a faster lap. Let's see what Kanzi and Jimmy Fuego do. Well, Jimmy Fuego all the way in dead last, unfortunately. Kanzi, not a great day for the Buckshot Bros here. But how about Demi? How about JKR? No Brummer from either of them. How about the 17? No Brummer from him either. Meaning that Ricky, that Ricky, Intoxicated, Jack, JKR, and Metro is your top 5 here. As we are about to go into the rolling start. I almost said green, but we are about to go green in a second. This is the rolling start. Drivers could, of course, they could already overtake if they want to, if they fancy. Ricky immediately taking advantage of the situation right here. And Jacob trying to swoop in as they are about to cross the line, going green here for 10 laps for the Sunshine Island race as they are going free wide. JKR immediately putting his Chevrolet up front of the 2 Toyotas. Now Ricky trying to swoop in, trying to intervene. Looks left, looks to right. Now he's going to try to make a move. Metro having front row seats to the battle. As Ricky and JKR are getting close. And Ricky takes that spot away from the 72. Demi Hollywood immediately taking the spot away from Metro. Is about to go into lap 2. The 77 could do an incredible run here, but it depends on how he'll be doing for the rest of the race. Not that there will be any type of like crashes or whatsoever. That will be a terrible thing to happen if that is the case. Now Metro's trying to go in on the inside. Will he get ahead of the 77 on the inside of the turn? And it looks like he will. Danny Alistair not having a great run here today. But let's see what he could still do. If he could still find some way to turn this around and get himself from an 8th, possibly to a top 5, if possible. That would be a great thing to see, and it will also get himself some points. And looks like he listened to my words, and he's immediately trying to swoop in, trying to get that next turn. Now Kanzi being under pressure from the 17 as they're still side to side into lap 4. Jimmy Fuego immediately overtaking Intoxicated right there, or Yesap, excuse me. As the pack is still packed over here in the back. Anyone could still go for a 5th spot here. It's literally the bottom 5 or the bottom 6 duking it out right now, as the other 2 drivers are in their own race at the moment, as Jimmy Fuego also trying to find a way to get ahead of the pack here. as Danny Alistair could make a move. Jimmy Fuego really trying to find a way to intervene within the battle between Kanzi and Danny Alistair, but it's not working, as now he loses a spot to Yesop. Yesop could get 2 birds with 1 stone here on the straightaway. But Kanzi immediately putting a defense against him, as he's also trying to deal with Danny Alistair right behind him. Jack could go from a 4th to a 3rd. If one Liminal Spaces driver cannot get it to the top 3, at least the second one can, as they're about to go into lap 6. Jack gets himself into the podium, but how about the 2nd and the 1st? That's going to be a bigger question, but I don't know if they can in the first place, because they are far, far away. They're over 1.5 seconds. Unless Jack pulls a miracle of a run here the last 4 laps. Taking a look back at the battle between Ricky and JKR. Ricky now in the lead. Well, Ricky and JKR have been duking it out back to back. JKR now taking the lead. They're going back to back. As I said before, they're going back to back here. It's about to go into lap 8. Whoa, I think that was a little nudge over there. Either that or JKR almost lost it. Ricky now backing out a bit. I think they did make contact, because Ricky would not just randomly back out. Now he's going to go on the inside. The battle for first is heated between these two, the 5 and the 72. Of course, Ricky could go back to back. After winning at Eldora, he could take another win, as both the Buckshot Bros unite on the white side. Into lap 9. And now they're gonna switch onto the orange side. Danny Alistair now in between a Buckshot Bros sandwich. And Yesop still trying to find a way to get ahead of Jimmy Fuego right there. Or that's Kanzi, excuse me. Now Jimmy Fuego now intoxicated, trying to find a way to get ahead of Jack. Looks like he is cooking something here, so waving white flag. 1 more lap to go here at the Sunshine Island, Michigan race. Who will be seeing victory lane? Who's going to take the spot? Who's going to take the podium? Looks like Intoxicated is really dedicated to take the podium. JKR, same story, but Ricky, of course, he wants to get a 2. He wants to get a back-to-back. Can the 5 do it? He's going to go on the inside. JKR immediately putting defense. Very smart from the 72. This has to be it. He has to keep Ricky behind him as we're waving a black and white checkered flag. JKR, who was last at Eldora, takes a victory here at Michigan. What a race. Oh my goodness. What a race that was. JKR being first, Ricky in second, Jack in third, Intoxicated in fourth, Demi in fifth, making that your top 5 here at at Michigan. What a run right there. So now, going to take a look at the standings. We have Ricky in first, of course. Then we have Jack in second. JKR and Yesop both tied in third. Kanzi in fourth. Kanzi in fifth, excuse me. Intoxicated with 3 points and 6. Demi with 7. And still a remaining of drivers with 0 points under their name. As we're about to go next into Indianapolis. That's right, the Brickyard for the Keone Custos 40 at the Brick